Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you, students? I hope you all are fine. Now we are coming to our topic. Today, our lesson is features of Makki and Madni surahs. This topic is from section History and Importance of Quran. And in this chapter, students will be able to differentiate between Makki and Madni surahs. The scholars of Tafsir, after having made a thorough investigation into Makki and Madni surahs, have come up with a set of characteristics that tell right off if a surah is Makki or a Madni. Some of these characteristics are recognized as universal rules, while others hold good most of the time. The universal rules are as follows. Every surah in which the word kalla means never appears in Makki. This word has been used 33 times in 15 surahs, and all these verses are in the last half of the Noble Quran. Every surah in which there appears a verse of sajda is Makki. Every surah, with the exception of Surah Al-Baqarah, in which the story of Adam and Iblis finds mention in Makki. Every surah in which a permission of jihad or a description of its injunctions has been given is Madni surah. Every verse which mentions the hypocrites is madni. The following characteristics are general and most frequently that is sometimes the contrary may happen, but usually and mostly it follows the said pattern. In Makki surahs, generally the form of address used is O people, and in Madni surah it is O believers. The Makki ayat and surahs are generally short and brief, while the Madni verses and chapters are long and detailed. The Makki surahs mostly consist of subject as oneness of Allah, prophethood, affirmation of hereafter, the panorama of the resurrection, words of comfort for the Holy Prophet, and events relating to the past communities. And in these, the number of the injunctions and laws taken up in much less as compared with the Madni surahs. In Madni surahs, where family and social laws, the injunctions of jihad, and exposition of limits and duties appear frequently. In Makki surahs, most of the confrontation is against idolaters, while in Madni surahs, it is against the people of book and the hypocrites. The style of Makki surah is more majestic. It has a profusion of metaphors, similes, and allegories, and the vocabulary used is extensive. Contrary to this, the style of Madni surah is comparatively simple. Now, the difference in the style. This difference in the style of Makki and Madni surahs initially owes its origin to a variety of conditions, circumstances, and addresses. Muslims had to deal mostly with the idolaters of Arabia during their Meccan life. So, no Islamic state was born yet. Therefore, during this period, more emphasis was laid on the correction of beliefs, the reforms of morals, logical refutation of idolaters, and miraculous nature of Noble Quran. Contrary to this, an Islamic state had risen in the holy city of Medina. People were rushing into the fold of Islam. Group after group, idolatry stood refuted intellectually. The ideological confrontation was now wholly against the people of the book. Therefore, greater attention was paid to the education in injunctions, laws, limits, and duties, and on the refutation of the people of the book. The style adopted matched these objects. Now, students, we are coming to the past paper question. The past paper question related to this topic is outline the main features of Makki and Madni surahs. Dear students, I hope after this lecture you are able to compose your answer of level 4. Thank you students with me. Allah Hafiz.